I'm Phil Bolton with the Global Atlanta News Service, and today I'm with Romo Bale, who is the President and CEO of PRGX Global. Welcome.
Thank you.
This whole term, profit discovery, is that a new concept or has it been around a long time?
When I got here to PRGX and started to look around, I realized that what we really do is put profit back on people's bottom lines. When we find those overpayments, those rebates, those allowances, those discounts that haven't been taken, that unfortunately will always get missed in the complex trading world we live in, and we put it back on our clients' bottom lines, it's in a period after the transaction, and therefore it is pure profit to them. And then you take that one step forward and you say, what if we could just find 3, 4, 5, 6 more routes to profit out of this fantastic amount of data our clients already entrust us with? And that's where kind of that notion of profit discovery came from. And I think I'm pretty safe when I say that there isn't another company claiming to be a profit discovery firm out there today.
There must be eureka moments that keep you buoyant. Do those come about weekly, monthly? How does that happen?
Well, certainly in our established business, there's almost a weekly, we like eureka moments weekly. The eureka moments are large claims, whale claims as they're called in the industry. You really have no idea where they're going to come from. Mm-hmm. But if you have a large enough portfolio of large complex clients, you're going to get some. And you can sort of take the attitude of, gosh, I'm going to pull my hair out. It's so hard to forecast this business. Or you're going to say, I know it's going to come somewhere. We'll celebrate the moment when it comes. From a profit discovery broader standpoint, the newer services that we've launched, there's eureka moments really related to, gosh, did you know, Mr. Ms. Client, that kind of 4 lines of detail, 4 levels of detail below what might otherwise be a simple line item in your general ledger code of IT spend or something else like that. You get down 4 levels below. So within IT, it's hardware and it's software and it's people, perhaps, or infrastructure and people. And then within infrastructure, it's hardware and software. And within hardware, it's what did you buy, what did you spend on maintenance. And in the buy, it's servers and laptops and PCs and maybe some other ancillary equipment. And when you get down to that level of detail, and you can provide them visibility into their spend and say, you really spent across your 19 general ledgers $40+ million last year alone on laptops alone. And oh, by the way, you spent it with 11 vendors instead of your 3 preferred suppliers. And right there, you'd have saved about 4 or 5 million. And if I can go negotiate this with you with 1 preferred or 2 preferred suppliers further, I can save you another 5 or 6 million going forward, right? Now that's the power of profit discovery. You've actually discovered a 20, 25, 30% savings on a indirect item that can start to add up.
Did you get a warm welcome at Medicare?
Yeah, look, Medicare loves us, right? Or at least I hope they love us because that's our client. I mean, our client is the payer, and we're recovering overpayments. Now, to be fair, when we find underpayments, we report those as well. And the Centers of Medicare and Medicaid Services, the agency we work with, is quick to repay those to providers as well. So we do really, the better way to put it is erroneous payments recovery is what we do. Now, there will always be, when you're doing a backward-looking service like this for the first time in an industry, really, there will always be, some reason to complain. But I think most everybody would agree, and in fact there was a recent article done where some 70% of the hospital chains interviewed agreed that it was good discipline, that there was a sentinel effect, it was forcing more discipline, and that's really what recovery auditing is all about. It's about improving the system and saving the dollars and putting those to better services.
How global was PRGX when you took over?
Relatively global. I think we were in about 24, 25 countries when I took over. We're now in closer to 35 countries, and we take international expansion very seriously.
In your future plans, how is the global economy going to help you?
Well, look, at one level, the global economy and the uncertainty in the global economy isn't really helping anyone, right? So one hopes that that will stabilize and that the political overtones that have gone into that will calm down, and there are better days ahead, because there's just no doubt that if consumers aren't spending money, and our retail clients aren't buying things, and when they're not buying things, there's less recoveries to be had, there's less transactions, there's less data, there's less profit discovery. So there is a bit of a headwind there, undoubtedly, just like for any business. That said, it's actually a marvelous time to be in the profit discovery business, because there are more clients looking for more ways to find money or make money than ever in the history, of certainly my professional career. The most common question when I visit a client, well, to be fair, it's probably the second most common question. The most common is, are you hitting your budgets? Am I going to get those recoveries I've budgeted? Because that is profit they're counting on. And for most of our clients, that can be between 1% and 2% of their EBITDA every year. So it's something that gets the CFO's attention. So that's the most common question. But the next one is, what else can we do? What else can you do for us? How else can I help? Can I get you more data? What's not working? How do we do more? Because that scope expansion is a immediate near-term way to keep their profits looking very good. So we're confident that we will deal with this downturn every bit as well as we've dealt with the 08 and 09 downturn. I mean, not many people understand and recognize that a large part of our last 4 or 6 quarters has been auditing 2 years before that, right? Wow. So we've done our 7 straight quarters of growth now, Phil, while auditing the second half of 08 and 09, which in many ways were the darkest hours. So I'm not suggesting there won't be some slowdowns and hiccups and some timing issues and that sort of thing, but very confident about the future, and confident we'll emerge even stronger because we'll have had scope expansion conversations with each of our clients, and we'll actually come out with broader scope to go with better volumes when things improve.
Do you anticipate more government clients in the U.S.?
I really do. I've been up to the Hill a couple times. I've testified in front of one of the key finance subcommittees, part of the Homeland Security Department. Senator Carper chairs this. Senator McCain is the leading Republican. They are serious about getting after sort of fraud, waste, and abuse in healthcare, but frankly, about all of the overpayments and issues and the other $1 trillion the government spends, which sometimes doesn't get as much visibility as the $1 trillion that the healthcare gets. And I'm very confident that both those acts, the the Patient Protection Affordable Care Act, mandated that all Medicare and Medicaid programs have to undergo recovery audit contracting. There was another act, the Improper Payments Elimination and Recovery Act, also signed into law by President Obama in 2010, that says all agencies that spend over $1 million a year, which every agency, needs to undergo a recovery audit at least every 3 years. And so as skeptical as we have all been, and certainly the industry I'm in has been, about the government being motivated to save dollars, I think that's starting to change. I think that's good news for the American taxpayer, that there's companies like ours that can help help save millions and really billions of dollars from across the government.
Has the Defense Department entered in those discussions at all?
We're beginning to see the initiation of an RFI/RFP process with the DoD, and we'll certainly be taking a long look at them, absolutely.